Good day, happy travelers. Seven Continents Travel Agency here today, fresh back from my first ever Alaska cruise. Today, we are providing a review and overview of an excursion that we did in Sitka, Alaska. Sea otters, raptors, and bears. Oh my! I accomplished everything I wanted to in this excursion, and let's kind of talk about what we did. Here is the overview of how we spent the 5 hours and 45 minutes. There was 5 cruise ships in the area. 2 of them were docked where we were, and then others were tendered out and around. Norwegian Bliss was in town. Oceana was in town. Cunard Elizabeth, Celebertiy Summit, and another one that I think was a princess ship. I think it was the Sapphire Princess. Anyway, the journey starts here, and then you'd go out in a loop for the first 30 minutes here to kind of take in the sights and the sounds. And then there was sea otters and whales out here. I didn't expect whales. If I would have read the description, that was a bonus surprise for me. So I was surprised, and that was nice. Once we were done with that, we ended up on the land portion to finish out the Raptors and Bears portion of it. So let's zoom in a little bit on how we spent the first 30 minutes. We go through this nice little passage here, and I took these pictures. This passage gives the opportunity to look at starfish and really these sights and sounds. It was a gray day. There's a Celebertiy Summit back there at the cruise terminal. The other important note about this, the boat has 2 floors, one with no windows up top. You're exposed to the Alaskan air, which for us the entire week. Late June, it was about 60 degrees. Welcome relief from Atlanta, which was 100, but this is what most mornings look like. The afternoons were blue sky. But this picture here shows the windows, so if you want to take pictures, your best chance is really to go outside to do it, and there was ample space. The next portion took us away from this area out to here, where we could look at, well, the sea otters. I have 2 camera phones, one an iPhone, one a Pixel. This is the Pixel. This is the iPhone. Other people had I don't know, thousands of dollars worth of cameras, and they had like a 3-foot lens on it. So all that to say that we couldn't get super close to the otters because it would scare them away. Actually, they advised no talking. So we weren't able to get super close, but if you just take it in the moment, you could see them just swimming on their back, doing sea otter things, and that was fantastic. Bonus, we got to go to this buoy here where there was sea lions playing King of the Hill. There's one sea lion down here swimming around trying to get up. The sea lion says, "Not today, pal." And so that it was kind of fun watching that. Went around that a couple times. Then the bonus was the whales. We went out here and got to see some whales, going up and down, blowing mist. This might be one of my better pictures, I suppose, because when they do this here, they blow mist out, and then they go down. So we did that for a couple hours out to the Sound there, and that was fantastic. We enjoyed that. As a matter of fact, that was a bucket list item. Up to that point, I've only ever seen killer whales in the Puget Sound near Seattle. So I wanted to see some whales, beluga whales, my apologies, humpback whales. Did not see beluga whales. After that, we went into the harbor, went to this tender dock here where a couple cruise ships that didn't dock were sending their people into town. And we went off to our next stop, which was the Fortress of the Bear. I wanted to see bears, but I didn't want to see bears look at me out in the open and think of me as part of the food chain. So I got to see the Bear Rehabilitation Center, and you get to see them. There's 3 large containments. Some of them are playing. You get to see them throw lettuce into the thing there, and the bears, do their thing. We spent about 45 minutes here. It's worth noting that there isn't, when you get off the bus, there isn't like a guide keeping track of time. Somehow this large tour bus that holds about 45 people, maybe 50, we just all agreed that it was time and that we should end up back on the bus. But no one was like proctoring us. It was just you walk, you look at the bears, you snap your pictures, selfies, whatever it is. Worth noting here, there was a gift shop and really a food booth outside that sold hot dogs and other snacks. Yeah, honestly, this was really your only chance to kind of get a meal. The excursion started at 7:15 in the morning, and so breakfast was kind of lean. So it's just worth noting. So anyway, you get to snap pictures. There was about 9 bears through the three containment units. So it was pretty cool to see them, and they are menacing. After Fortress of the Bear, we drove back into town to the Alaska Raptor Center, where we got to go into the Raptor Center. Again, this is a place where injured bald eagles come to heal, and if they can get better and live out in the open, they let them loose. In the rehabilitation center, you might be looking at this picture going, wow, that's not a very good picture. Well, they have the glass done in such a way that the eagles can't see you. As a consequence, you can't really get a good picture of them there, but you can see. Your eyes will let you see them. It's just your cameras won't let you. But outside, the eagles that just for whatever reason or another, the ones that can't go back out into the open, you get they're called the forever eagles. They live there, and you can take pictures of them there. They also have other birds. They had owls, a couple different versions of owls, and a nice little path you can walk down to for a stream. And again, much like with the bears, after I don't know 45 minutes again, nobody's saying, "Hey, come on, guys, let's go." It's just everyone naturally met up on their own. They did a rough count of how many people were on there. Once the bus driver got what they needed, we were off and on our way. Worth noting again that off and on our way from the Raptor Center meant to the city of Sitka, close to where we docked in the first place. This tour did not terminate back at the cruise port. I didn't know that. It's good to know. They dropped you off at kind of a it's hard to describe, kind of like the city center, but it was kind of like a bus terminal, kind of like a Union Station, if you will. But Sitka doesn't have like a Union Station. They don't have like a train or a mass transit area in the big city sense of the word. They have a little transit area, and that's where they dropped us off at. And that gave us an opportunity, if you wanted to walk through the city and shop. We were coming close to the end of our time in the port, so we wanted to, head back to the cruise ship. So where they dropped you off at, you could go get in a line to hop on a different bus that would take you back to the cruise terminal. And I'm glad we did because it was a pretty, another 30 minutes drive or so to the cruise terminal. And if you want to do shopping there, like most cruise ports around the world, there was some pretty cool shops, a really nice shop that sold pretty much any knickknack you want for Sitka. And then we were back on the boat. In short, this was a bucket list item for me to see the bears. And also, I wanted to see the whales, but I was going to do that in the next excursion, which was whale watching in Mendenhall Glacier. But I got to do it here, so I got to do 2 whale watchings. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to drop me a note. Happy to tell you about the experience. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video and hope you travel safe.